For fast, cheap, and reliable Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins, make sure you guys go check out my sponsor U4GM Coins. Use code VENM at checkout for 5% off your order. Yo, what's good guys, Venom Fire here back from the video, and today I'm bringing you guys another run defense. This one's going to be out of the nickel 3-3-5 wide. Again, it's a formation I've been running a lot of lately in the pass and run game. If you guys want a pass defense out of this, make sure you let me know in the comment section. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys are also subscribed to the channel. We are now on the road to 12,000 subscribers, and about 75% of my viewers are not subscribed. So if you'd hit that subscribe button, it would mean a lot. Moving on, we are in the 3-3-5 wide. Like I said, right now I'm just in the 4-6 defensive playbook. Again, I am planning on dropping a full ebook on this entire playbook. We got 4-6 normal, 3-4 odd, or not 3-4 odd, but you got nickel normal, 3-3-5 wide, 3-3-5 big nickel, and dollar. So you got a ton of great formations. And again, today we are going to be in the 3-3-5 wide. It's a little bit underused this year in my opinion, so I'm looking to change that, looking to make it a little bit more popular, and I'm giving you guys a great run defense. Now, the reason this formation was popular to begin with was the run defense, and a lot of people ran it out of this two-man under, cover two-man. The reason for that was you could spy your safeties very effectively out of this play, and they would actually pursue the running back. Now, I've labbed that little spy safety tactic out of a lot of these plays, and I've noticed that pretty much in all of the plays besides cover two-man, the safeties actually won't pursue the ball carrier. They will sort of stand still and be frozen, where they won't run after him until like a couple of seconds. But I did find one zone coverage play, and it's going to be the 3 Sam Will blitz. That's just pretty much the only exception to that little glitch where the spies will stand still. Sometimes in some of the plays like cover 1 contain, the strong safety will run down and the free safety will stand still. But in this 3 Sam Will blitz, I've noticed that both safeties run towards the ball carrier, which is what you want, because if they were to flip the stretch to the left, then that safety doesn't do anything. You're kind of in a bad positioning. And obviously for the halfback dive and inside handoffs, you need both players to pursue the runner. So we're going to run the 3 Sam Will blitz. Again, you can have auto flip on. Just make sure that slot cornerback is on the wide side. I'll start out with a stretch. Later in the video, we will get to a halfback dive. But just for starters, what you're going to do is, honestly, you could go ahead and baseline press, but really what you want to do is just press. That's going to shift that strong safety over from the middle of the field to the right side, and then all you have to do is move the safety up and over a little bit. Again, obviously I could go through the trouble of baseline pressing, but then these outside thirds, those 2 outside cornerbacks, would be in a terrible position to defend anything from the receivers. So that's really just the reason why I just manually press, move him over. I think it's a lot easier. It saves time as well. So we did that. The next thing you're going to do is just blitz all linebackers if you want. Obviously, I feel like it looks a little bit more clean when you just blitz all linebackers, and you want your user on a blitz also so that he's a little bit faster. You see that I accidentally did leave this linebacker in, so it's actually good that I'll show you it's going to work with like a slow linebacker rather than the safety, because that just even helps its odds. So, or for when you do have a safety. But again, you just pressed, you blitzed all linebackers, you contained, and then you just move that safety over. You got 2 more steps. What you're going to do is just put Y in a spy and LB in a spy. Now again, this isn't exactly the best run defense, but it is still very decent. I'll talk about a little bit of the coverage behind it later in the video. But again, just for the base run defense, here is a look at it. With your user, you're going to stand a little bit back. I kind of like to stand a little bit closer than some people advise. Then you're just going to run over here, look at the safety, shoot the gap. So again, we're focused on the safeties. Being able to do it out of this zone coverage play gives you a lot of diversity. And obviously, you're going to be able to tell a lot of times when your opponent is passing, unless he's a very elite player, make some of those fake adjustments, because you will see the quarterback pointing to the left, pointing to the right, signaling a wide receiver hot route. So that's kind of a tell to when you can just reset your defense or whatever. But take a look at these safeties. I might even try an audible to a cover 3, just base cover 3 later in the video to show you that the spies don't completely run up, but look at them. Right as the ball is snapped, they're running towards the ball. Even this free safety, he runs towards the ball. He does kind of get stuck there just because he recognizes that the run's on the other side, but after that he's going to pursue. And obviously if it was flipped, he would run towards the ball carrier as well. Obviously with our user, we're going to run over there and make the play. Our user is really the one that does make the play because we occupy that fullback. But yeah, really focus on the safeties. Again, the setup, you're just going to press, you're going to blitz all linebackers, you're going to contain, manually move this free safety over and just spy both of them. If you don't know how to spy, you're just going to double tap Y or triangle, press triangle or L1 or Y or LB on Xbox, and then push that right stick to the left side. That's going to give them the QB spy, and again, spy is really good against the run. If you want, you can just shade over the top so that slot cornerback's in the curl flat rather than the seam flat. Doesn't make too big of a difference, and again, I will talk about later in case they are passing or whatever the case may be. But again, you don't really have to do anything with your D-line. I've seen people try and shift their D-line. I kind of advise against that because a lot of people do is they will just flip the run if you shift to the right, and it's really it makes the defense a lot worse rather than balance, which is definitely what you do not want. So again, here's a look at the setup in the run game. We'll hop into dive, we'll hop into the pass defense again later, but look at that, we clog the middle, and that's the reason this defense is really strong, is you can't cut it back. So again, the one sort of weakness, I guess I would say, with the defense is the outside run, which obviously can be taken away with your user, as they just accidentally quick snapped me there. But again, the weakness is going to be the outside. You take that away with your user and you are in a great spot. I'll show it one more time here against this halfback stretch, and then we will be good to go. And I know there's going to be people in the comments saying, what if they flip the run? It's really going to be the same, because again, you got the spy over there still. With Taylor Rapp in this free safety spot, you still have the outside linebacker, and overall it's just going to be very good. Again, you're just going to press, blitz all linebackers, and contain with your user. You can just keep them on the blitz, because again, having them on a blitz helps them move a little bit smoother. And then with your user, you want to kind of stand back. You notice how that D lineman's gap, or the D tackle's gap, kind of changes. You just want to stand back so that he's not interfering with anything. Wait for them to snap the ball, and then you can sprint over to the outside, and you see I'm right there to make the play. Even with a slow linebacker, obviously we know you can sub in a Jamal Adams, a Taylor Mays there, and have better success. So we'll hop into the dive now. Again, later I'll talk about just if you see them passing, but really you can just run this stock cover 3, have success. But here, let's hop into the I form close now. Let's just go with a halfback lead dive. So what you're going to do, you're going to press your defense, you're going to spread that defensive line, and then you're just going to, again, spy both your safeties. Pretty much the same setup. Actually, I don't know why I said spread your defensive line. You're not going to do that, but you're going to contain. I just confuse those. Again, move your user back, and you will see both of the safeties are going to pursue the run very effectively. Now, this is a little bit more difficult to shoot with your user, so something I kind of recommend is moving those safeties down even further. If you're playing someone running the halfback dive, or running halfback dive more than stretch, move those safeties in a little closer. It obviously doesn't hurt the defense anything or any bit. So again, you're gonna press, put those safeties in spies. You can move them back, or move them up, I mean, and then just puts all linebackers and contain. Contains obviously help with the outside run. We know that that is kind of the weakness with all the bodies we have in the inside box. So containing helps against the outside runs, helps you shoot the gap with your user. You could even move them inside a little bit, like you notice how I have John Johnson positioned. You can move them both inside, then just have them snap the ball right there. Aaron Donald definitely did his job with his inside stuff ability that he has, or I think he has it. Yeah, he has inside stuff. So, but taking a look at the safeties, you can still watch the safeties, and even if Donald gets blocked, you see them both running to pursue the gap. And that time, I think I had John Johnson a little bit too close, so he didn't necessarily run immediately. That was my fault. So I noticed if you have them a little bit too close, sometimes he won't pursue the run. So again, be a little bit careful about that. Again, also the other way I was talking about was you could baseline press. That's a way that they can shoot the run. Again, you could also go with this shift your D-line strategy. I'm not the biggest fan of it because again, if they run dive, they have a bigger chance of, making the play, but it still can work. And right there you see Taylor Rapp able to shoot the gap, and it is effective. So that's pretty much it for the halfback dive. Again, the setup's very similar. The good thing is about a run defense is you want the same setup, but really the main reason that we are in a cover or a cover 3, a zone coverage, is for the pass defense. So I want to talk about a little bit with what I'm doing with my coverage. If I see him making adjustments, I think he's passing the ball. Usually what I would go ahead and do is throw A here on a hook curl, and then I'm just going to throw that outside linebacker on a curl flat. Something I could also do is double flat, so I would have A in the curl flat, and then I would put this A linebacker in the hard flat, double flat on the right side, And then I could also actually double flat on the left side. So just putting both those outside linebackers in hard flats will give me a double flat. It'll help for what a lot of people like to do out of I form. They like to check down with maybe a corner out over the top. And you obviously still got your user in the middle. Now, if they do end up running the ball, your run D is not going to be perfect, but it still can have success. You see, if I moved the other safety in the gap, I would have better success, but it's obviously a 4-yard gain, not that big of a worry. Again, the setup was pretty much the same. You've got to give them the same look on defense. You can even move this guy up still. But what you're going to do is just throw this X linebacker in a hard flat, which is just the left stick to the left, and then you're going to do the same thing with a very simple setup, very effective against quick snappers. When people pass out of I form, they're going to quickly snap the ball. I know right here I'm in a pass, but you see, look at how well the hard flat even just played the run. He was able to run up from that right side and make the tackle. Show you guys the instant replay. Look at that. He's in a hard flat zone. He's not in a contain. He's going to immediately play the run very effectively right there. And obviously we got some help from block sheds, and look at our user coming downhill, able to make the play. Even the slot cornerback goes over and makes the difference, but really just a good stock formation to stop the run. When you add in a couple of adjustments out of it, it gets even better. Again, one last time, press, shit over the top, and then put both linebackers in hard flats. So if they quick snap you, you should have all your adjustments off. That's not a very, complicated adjustment. Look at John Johnson. He's in a curl flat. He's shooting the run very effectively out of that. So again, maybe you don't even have to put him in a spy in the run D. He's just good from there. Obviously, you want a little bit of a better line of defense, though. So that's pretty much going to do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and peace. I'm out here. Also, follow me on Twitter. Link will be down below in the description.